I'm Mayor Malik Evans. I'm here with Deputy Chief Mark Hudson. How's it going, Mark?
Great. How you doing?
Good. Hanging in there. So, we're recruiting for the fire department, so we want to make sure that people get an in-depth view of, kind of like the career ladder, the opportunities that people can have as it relates to jobs. Some people think that all firefighters do is just all they do is fight fires. But talk about some of the various jobs that are in the fire department, because there are tons of jobs that are there that go beyond just being a firefighter.
I didn't realize myself how much medical things that we do. So the fire department acts as a very big stopgap in services. If things can't be figured out, we typically get called first, and we can assess situations and decide what resources are best suited to respond to that crisis in a moment. So we do a lot of EMS. We do rescue, a lot of technical rescue. We do building inspections, fire safety inspections, community outreach, and all those positions, some of our administrative and some of our operational positions, but we have a variety of staff in the firehouses and in our administrative side that meet the needs of the community.
Right, and in so many times, it's the fire department that's first on the scene for a lot of the critical instances that you have.
Oh, absolutely.
Car accidents, or someone falls down the gorge, or if the fire marshal needs to come and break up a big party. They don't do that often, but those are all roles that I think a lot of people, flooding, a lot of people don't realize that. And in fact, just in the Buffalo storm that happened in Buffalo, we sent 20 firefighters out to Buffalo to be able to.
Yes, we did, to assist them, and that's the second time. I think about 8 years ago when they had their last severe snowstorm, we did the same thing. So we ended up responding to help other communities as well as our own. Even if someone just has a heart attack, we're there within a 4-minute response time, so we can start affecting care immediately and save lives.
Exactly. Talk about for those young people who might be thinking about, hey, I may want to come join the fire service one day. I'm thinking about it, but I don't know if I can pass the test. I don't know if I can do the exam. I'm nervous. What advice would you give to anybody who's interested in coming in and wanting to join the fire service?
I would say look at the opportunity. Don't disqualify yourself in advance. You give it a try. Periodically, we have events like this past summer or September. We had a Rock with the RFD event, which was a kind of a boot camp to give people a taste of what the fire academy is like, and you can kind of gauge yourself to see, am I in shape enough? Can I, compete physically at that level? But I think the most important thing is not to disqualify yourself and give yourself a chance or an opportunity to be successful in it. You have to push forward and make an attempt. Right.
Now your career trajectory. I mean, now you're the deputy chief, which is a pretty high-ranking position in the fire department. How did your career? How did your career trajectory? How did you end up becoming the deputy chief? Take us through your career ladder as you came to the fire department.
Well, sometimes I wonder how I was able to get this far. It wasn't something that I dreamed of. When I was a recruit in the academy, this was the farthest thing. So I've surpassed many of my own expectations at this point. What I've always done to prepare myself to be here is take this job very seriously and give as much into this job as I would expect back. I can never fully give this job the same thing that it's given me. I'm always in debt to this job. So with that in mind, I always try to give more of myself, be very diligent with it, and take this job very serious, because it's an honor and a privilege to be able to do this job. And if you look at it like that, it makes it easy to advance. And this job, fortunately, advancement in the fire service is limited by yourself. If you can prepare and put in the work, you will get the results. But it's all about putting in the work and being willing to make some sacrifices.
Right, exactly. And in terms of what are some of the things that are highlights for you? What do you like most about the job of firefighter? Because you've had such a variety of jobs, you lieutenant, deputy chief. What makes you say in your job, man, I really love this part of the job?
Well, being for an adrenaline junkie, the thrill of going into a burning building, that's probably the most fun. And that's what a lot of us sign up for. We do the other stuff, but really going in there and making a strong attack against a fire and putting the fire out, protecting property, and saving lives too. That's also a big thrill that really gets my heart pumping.
Right. And then, lastly, before we wrap up, talk about the family of of firefighters. I'm always amazed at the connections that firefighters have in the service. It'd be someone in California or New York City. Firefighters, they are a extremely close-knit family. How important is that, and how beneficial is that for individuals coming onto the job?
It's like that bond is made in fire. Literally, it's hard to be broken. It's very similar to, being a member of a fraternity. Whether you're from a different chapter or not, it's that automatic recognition and appreciation, and mutual respect that we share a common experience, even if we're not sharing that common experience at the same time. So, in having that kind of bond, you're putting your life on the line to save life and property.
Right.
And you want to know that that person beside you, if something goes wrong with you, that they're going to be able to and willing to, and they're going to give it their all to try to help save you. And you know that you're going to do the same thing for them. It's having that trust. It makes it easier to do something dangerous when you know that you basically have your family with you and
right.
They have your back.
That's a great point. I think that's a great note to end on. And we want to urge everyone to sign up for the firefighter exam. Consider the Rochester Fire Department America's bravest firefighters. We appreciate everything we do. And I want to thank Deputy Chief Mark Hudson for taking time to talk with me.